something about this girl is off. I'll not be dating one or two or three or four girls. I'll be dating 1,000. I want to keep sleeping with her, but I don't want to tell her that I want a relationship. How do I do this? What's up, my guys? Today I'm trading legs and I answer the most famous question in modern dating while being completely honest. What are your intentions? I go on multiple dates per week, and one question I get from women of all races and ages is, what are your intentions? The reason this question, even though it seems innocent, isn't an instant question is because if I say the truth, which is I want to sleep with you, it lowers the attraction. If I say I want a relationship, it also lowers the attraction. Gotta love women, right? So how to answer this question nowadays without lying to them? Let's get into the video. Back in the day when I was a little Dan, green behind his ears, and didn't know better, I get this question also. Back then it was called, what are you looking for, where's this going question, right? The intention part came recently because somebody somewhere told women, men have to be intentional, all right? But back in the day, the question was, what are you looking for, where's this going? That was the same question you would get with a girl after you've been with her for a little bit. And back then, right, I was low Dan, I didn't know better. I was sitting there with a girl in my dorm room. She was on my lap. And she was like, where's this going? What do you want to happen? Where's this going? And even back then, when I didn't know better, I still had this gut feeling that I do not want a relationship. I want to like this girl to have a relationship, but I don't want to say I just want to sleep with you, right? I want to keep sleeping with her, but I don't want to tell her that I want a relationship. How do I do this, right? And I just, said some nonsense. I was like, I don't know yet. We'll see where this goes, blah, blah, blah. I don't know for sure, right? And it basically appeased her for the moment. After that little talk, I went to my friend Isaiah. And I was like, what the hell kind of question is that? Like, what was to say that question? And Isaiah said, just tell her, you want to get to know her better, blah, blah, blah. And then from that, you go from there. So when the question came up again, I said, like he told me, I want to get to know you better, blah, blah, blah. The problem is that answer only bought me like an additional maybe 2 weeks. Then she asked it again because now we knew each other, right? See, so that question, the answer to that question really wasn't satisfying to girls because it doesn't really get them what they want, right? So you might be like, why is it a catch question, right? Girls want relationships, so you want a relationship as well, it should be perfect, it should mesh. Yeah, you would think so, right? But no, this is why it's a catch question. Do you guys know that video there's this video of a mouse and a cat. And the mouse isn't afraid of the cat. The mouse is like running around the cat's feet and like running around the cat like it has no fear at all. And as the cat is watching the mouse, the cat is like backing up and backing up and backing up. Because the cat is thinking something about this mouse is off. Because mice typically are afraid of me. So why is this one not afraid of me? I do not know, but something with this mouse is wrong. Do you think the cat ate the mouse? Of course not, because something about the mouse was off. Let's imagine now you're hunting game, right? You're in the forest somewhere, hunting game. And imagine you see a deer, the deer sees you, the deer walks up to you, lays on the ground and gets ready to get butchered. Is that the type of deer that you would eat? No, because you're like, this deer, obviously, something's off with the deer because this is not how deer behave, right? In the cat video, what happened was the mouse actually had a parasite in it. So the cat didn't know it, but it knew something was off, and what was off about the mouse was that the mouse had a parasite in it that made it act un-mouse-like. So let's use, this is now the example in the animal world. Let's transfer it to the human world, right? Let's say you walk out of your house right now and you go meet a super attractive girl, right? You say, hey, you meet her, you say, hey, what's up, how you doing, blah, blah, have a little quick conversation, then you ask for a number, she gives you her number. And now, after she gives you a number, she goes, hey, do you stay nearby? We should go to your place and fuck. Unless you are a deranged man and desperate for pussy and haven't smelled a woman in like a decade, you're gonna be like, something about this girl is off. I don't know if she has a disease, or she wants to set me up, or she wants to kill me or rob me. I don't know what it is, but this is not how women behave. They're not this eager to fuck strangers unless they are super sluts, right? So even if a girl has high attraction to me, she will never just say, hey, let's go to your place, let's have sex. It's not how women behave at all, right? So if you are a normal man and this offer came to you, you'll be like, no thanks, something about the situation is off, right? That's how you would naturally behave. Cool. Now, let's flip the script and let's say you are on a date with a girl, right? And she asked the question of, what are your intentions? Okay? By saying, I want a relationship, you give her the same reaction that you would have if a girl was overly sexual. Because she's thinking, no man actually wants a relationship. So why is this one so eager to be in a relationship? Typically, the guys I like don't want a relationship and I have to convince them of a relationship. So why is this guy so eager to be in one? Something must be wrong with him. That's how it works. And now if you're a guy and you're honest with yourself, you will tell us this is truth. If you had 10 bad bitches trying to suck your dick on command right now, are you gonna sit there and pick one, or are you gonna have your fun with all 10? Personally speaking, I'm gonna enjoy all 10, all right? If I had the funds right now to fund 1,000 hoes, I would be dating 1,000 hoes, all right? I will not be dating 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 girls. I'll be dating 1,000. Me personally, Daniel, I'll be dating 1,000 bitches. I'm not gonna date 2 or 3 or 4 that I'm dating right now. I'm gonna date 1,000. Okay, the only limit in my dating right now is just funds. If I had the funds for 1,000 hoes, bro, I promise you I'll be dating 1,000. I promise you I would. All right? So we naturally want to date multiple girls, right? That is the opposite of wanting a relationship. So by behaving or by saying you're in a relationship, it's almost like you're telling the girl you have a parasite in your little brain. And for some reason, you're eager to be monogamous when you shouldn't be. Which lets her know, he must not have that many options, because why else would he be so willing to, be exclusive? Makes sense? If you had multiple options, why would you be so eager to hone in on one? Doesn't make sense, right? Cool. So now the question is, how do I answer this question without lying to them and without lowering attraction, all right? Here's the secret. Here's the little Danny secret. This is patented shit. Do not share this with nobody, all right? This is our little secret, okay? When I get this question, I always say, it depends on you. Girls always seem dumbfounded, like, what? What do you mean depends on me? Yeah, well, I go into everything with an open mind and an open heart. But if a girl obviously doesn't, meet my requirements, I can't make her a girlfriend, right? It's like, I can't make a girl that isn't girlfriend material into a girlfriend, right? So obviously I have to meet a girl that has to meet my requirements. And if she meets my requirements, then obviously, the sky's the limit. That's how I personally answer the question. What does that do, right? For one, this is the truth, because if I meet a girl, she's super obedient, super freaky, in shape, shut the fuck up. Yeah, why not? We can date, all right? But most likely, that's not gonna happen. So whatever, right? But if you meet a girl that's super freaky, super obedient, in shape, shut the fuck up, yeah, why not? Let's date, okay? Let's date. But most likely, it's not gonna happen, right? She's either gonna be she's gonna be disobedient, or she's gonna be, not as freaky as I would like, or whatever else, right? So usually, girls that they date nowadays not gonna meet all requirements. So what can you do, right? It's not my fault, baby, it's your fault. So, and what happens after the question is answered correctly, right? Now the girl is in application mode. Now she's in trial mode. Now she's in tryout mode. What can I do to convince this guy that I'll make a good option for a girlfriend, wife, etc., etc., etc.? That is how you answer the question correctly. For one, it lets them know, subliminally that, hey, it is a competition. This guy has other hoes, which is true. I have other bitches, right? So I have to convince him why he should drop all of these women around him for me, which is just logical, right? Why would I just be eager to drop a girl that's been, obedient and submissive for like a year plus for a new chick that just came in the fold like a month ago or a week ago? It doesn't make any sense, right? So naturally, you have to prove yourself to me to make me want to drop other women, right? If you can prove yourself, if you can't even beat out these little hoes over here, how am I gonna make you a girlfriend or wife? Like, this is not my fault, man. This is your fault. You are lacking the womanly skills to convince a man of why he should pick you over other women. That's not my fault. That's your shortcoming, not my shortcoming, right? So the answer is always, it depends on you. Always flip the script on these bitches. It depends on you, baby. If you have the skill set, the ability to convince me that these women around me are useless and you actually had a premier choice, then sure, why not, right? Be nice and obedient, shut the fuck up, have few opinions, be in shape, be trainable, and we can make something work. But if that's not the case, why would I be eager to make you girlfriend when you have shown me that you're not girlfriend material. Do you see how it makes no sense? Exactly. So the only answer to this is any version of it depends, making her prove herself, making her work for it. Any answer in that realm is the correct answer. Any answer that is a definite no or definite yes is always the wrong answer. Keep it, make it up to her. That's what I personally do. I make it up to the girl to show me why in the hell I would choose her over other women, right? If you can convince me, congrats, you got me. But if you can't, that is not my fault, that's your fault, all right? So that's the only way I answer the what are your intentions question. It always depends on the bitch, not on me. So if you can convince me, that is your fault, not my fault. I'm sorry, all right? All right, bye guys, that's it for the video, all right? Until next time, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. And like always, like, subscribe, all the other good stuff, and flex up. So it'll be called flex up or flex check. We're gonna make it a flex check from now on. It's gonna be a flex check. So next video is gonna be flex check. It just rhymes, so it's gonna be better, right? So flex check.